Courage to act. This is such a recurrent theme for me with my clients, and this is the main goal of my mentee at the moment, to work on her courage, to have this self-confidence, to do the videos she needs to make and start her business, and be seen and feel secure enough to really do her business. And I felt to bring this subject because I feel that it's gonna help a lot of people. So I want you to think about a bird. Imagine a bird in a little cage. The bird has water, has food, has a clean space. Everything is controlled, right? Everything is foreseen, everything under control, right? Do you think this bird is happier than the bird that is outside, free? We mistakenly have this idea that the more control we have over a situation, the better, the happier we will be. But in fact, this is just masking a fear. Fear of hate, fear of being ridicularized, fear of being dismissed, fear of don't belong, fear of it not doesn't what if it doesn't work, and then I'm gonna be a failure. So in other words, we avoid to act with courage because we are just avoiding pain. And this is exactly the same reason why most of the people prefer to stay in a place where the things are guaranteed. They stay in a job that they are not happy. Actually, it's a pain in their ass, but they cannot move forward because they prefer the stability of the salary that these jobs gives. And honestly, this is such an illusory thing, because unless you work in the financial department of the company, you never know how they are doing. I had to learn it the hard way. Or, for example, they stay in a relationship because, they are all in this relationship for 5 years, I don't know how long, and they think that, yeah, I'm not happy in this relationship, but I don't want to have to get to meet anybody, or I am afraid of being alone. So I'm just. And if you are in this place where you are invited to have an act of courage and you are just pushing things under the carpet and just leaving the situation, you are already in a bad place. Because then you are already suffering in little doses, small doses every day, and it ultimately will bring you to frustration. It is impossible that you will be holding yourself, holding your true expression, and not pay the price for it. Your body will feel it, your relationships will feel it, your work will feel it. It starts like a ripple effect, it starts to reflect in other areas of your life. You remain in an unhappy relationship because you are afraid of being alone. You remain in a job that you hate because it gives you stability. You postpone and procrastinate starting a business because you are afraid of being ridicularized somehow. Fear of exposure, and fear what people will think about you overall. Do you see that this is all related to a lack of emotional maturity? And pay attention, things sometimes go bad, Sometimes our relationship is not in the best place, but this is not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking the people that are really unhappy in their situation right now. And I bet you know somebody that's in the situation right now. And I invite you to think about the best moment of your life, when you got to conclude something something made you feel great about. Go back to those moments and have a look if they were not just followed by this attitude of courage. I have a little story to share. When I was graduating, I was living the countryside somewhere in Brazil, and it was far from my family. They didn't want to raise my salary, and I had a stable job, you know. Back then, I had this feeling that I had nothing to lose other than my job, which was pretty big to me because I was already living by myself. And in the end, I decided no, that's not for me. I really want to move. A little bit of attitude that gives you great results, great changes in life, and that gives you this sense of, yes, now I'm living. And I wondered if I would have ever stayed in this place where I used to work. Imagine how much I would have missed out, because by starting to work in this new place I got, the job offer I got, my life changed 180 degrees. I could then do international travels. I start to speak English. Things just unfold from there. So many other things, right? Like, and where would I be if I wouldn't have taken this leap of faith? And now, my friend, I ask you to do these questions to yourself. How many things am I avoiding to do in my life because of my fear of being criticized, my fear of being judged, my fear of failure? And if this other person criticizes me, what is the worst about it? And if I fail, what is the worst about it? Because if I know myself and I'm doing something that really matters to me, I know that it's just a matter of time for achieving it. And if I know myself well enough, why would I allow somebody else's opinion to cross me in such a way to prevent me of expressing my potentials? I can only be afraid of feeling like ridicularized by other people if I am identified with my false self or the ego. But when I know myself, my essence, that's why meditation is so helpful, because it helps you to quiet the mind and to connect with this certainty inside of you. Then you can think, okay, if I am really ridiculous to this person, that's completely fine. The person has the right to have their own opinion, right? But I'm sure there will be a lot of other people that I can be even helpful, that will resonate what I am doing, what I am speaking, perhaps even helping through what I'm going through or through what I am saying. So you guys, summarizing, expressing yourself fully is always a risk, but pushing the brakes of being yourself, there is no way you are gonna do it and your body will not pay the price, or other areas of your life will not pay the price. Because it's really trying to suppress who you are. It's like trying to keep a balloon under the water. At some point, this will explode, it will come to the surface, it will make a mess. It was just not supposed to be repressed. So think about it. And I think journaling can also be very helpful to help with that. And obviously sessions, therapy, mentoring, that we can go really deep on it. I hope this was helpful. If you like, write me.